Welcome to Kill Team Casuals, a podcast all about Kill Team filmed in 3 different time zones by 3 different gents, all of whom had massive IT issues this episode, so it's going to be a chopster. Enjoy.
Warm up.
Oh.
Games Workshop hates its fans. Games Workshop hates its fans. Cool.
Teeth in the tongue.
Spits on the poor.
Tongue
Spits on
tongue
the
in the
poor.
lips.
Spits on the poor. Spits on the poor. I'm good.
All right. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Kill Team Casuals. It's your favorite podcast that kind of talks about the hobby that you're really passionate about. We've got, of course, Ben from Battle Brothers Tabletop.
It's me, and I'm going to throw it off to my good buddy, Russ from GFN Gaming. Welcome, sir.
And I'm going to catch it, and it's me. And you know what? I'm going to throw it back, winding up the arm.
To
It's
me.
back to Rhys.
To Ben.
To Ben, because I can't throw for crap.
Hey, whoa, here, Rhys, I'm dropping it to you.
Hot potato. Hot.
Hey, and it's me. Geez, I think that's our hardest working intro we've ever done. I'm sweating already.
And now I'm sure that'll work out in the editing, too. I think
yeah.
it'll be easy.
I think
I'm
I
just gonna
definitely
blank screen that.
I caught it the wrong way. I definitely think I went the wrong way.
Yeah, just so you know, Ben.
I dropped it. I don't know
I'm
where
below
anybody is.
you. Reese is to your left.
Your left,
That won't
okay.
work. That won't work in the edit.
I
In the
definitely
technical edit.
I tried to act where Ben dropped it, so for some reason it's going to drop it's like an old Nintendo game. It'll drop out of frame and then come back in the top. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, it's basically going to go down through me and then appear on you, and you can catch it.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Oh.
it is, obviously.
No, the intro.
Good stuff.
I thought we were clear.
A bag that says good stuff. That's what it is.
Good stuff. This is your favorite Kill Team
Good
podcast,
stuff.
and this is how we enter into it because
And
we're
if it
just
isn't, it
professionals.
should be.
Yeah, and we're professionals. We do this
Yes.
professionally.
Guys,
Sir?
before we
Sir,
kick.
we are professionals. Check out the logo. Sir.
Yes.
Oh yeah, new logo, official. Look at us. Look
That's
at
how
us.
you know you're making the no dollars. You get a new logo.
Oh.
Yeah,
yeah.
baby.
It's
We at least
the
look like
min
we have
bucks.
dollars.
yeah.
We
That's
look
the
like
thing,
we
isn't
might
it?
have dollars.
Yeah.
We're like the salesman that turns up with that really fancy car, and when the door closes and he's got to drive away, you realize he just puts the handbrake off and pushes it down the road because there's no engine in it. And that's
Yeah, that's
basically
us.
what we are an
That's
engineless
us.
car.
Yeah.
That is the podcast.
Great on
That's
the
my
outside,
review for us.
absolute mess on the inside.
That's nicer than some of the other ones that we've had, actually.
Fair.
Also, nicer than some comments we've gotten lately. Shout out to our favorite segment, Legions of Fuss.
Amazing.
No way I'm not calling that out. Number one, if you put Legions of Fuss in that comment, kudos, that's pretty good. Also,
That's funny.
just be a nice dude. Be a nice dude next time. Boom, dropping that. Catch that,
Wow.
E-Man, you whatever your name is.
Ben,
Thanks for
the
listening.
enforcer, just comes in. And
Coming in
just
hot.
goes,
Coming in
yeah.
hot today, guys.
I didn't realize we had a
Coming in
comment
swinging.
moderator.
Oh,
we
anyways,
Coming in swinging, lining us up for our news. Basically, what has been going on, and I think the swinging will continue. I'm not talking about keys in a bowl swinging. I'm talking about punches, blows
The
land.
keys
I know.
way.
I can see you rustling for keys. Like,
oh yeah, trying. Yeah.
I know
We're on
the
here.
drill here.
Is the upside down pineapple a thing for you guys there as like a little hint? Because here upside down pineapples are kind of like something's going down.
You carry it around, or where do you put it?
Or just
yeah,
like you'd have like a picture of a pineapple and it'd be upside down. That means like it's getting, or like when you come to the front door and it's like a pineapple mat, but it's upside down. Like little things like that.
What?
That's like
is
this?
I'm gonna buy
Also-
people pineapple mats and just mess with them and put them at their door.
This is
that's a
this is
thing
how the
here.
other side live. This is
Yeah.
This is how the sausages are made.
Also
Almost
in
literally.
Florida, in these old this can be cut out. Whatever.
No,
But
I'm loving this.
in the old people community, it's called the villages. It's this vast community of old rich white people who have all retired to the suburbs and
Or
like
slang of the
really
dong.
And so here's what they do. They drive around these golf carts that look like Rolls Royce. Like they spend thousands of dollars to like retrofit them. And they have shower loofahs. And the shower loofahs are color coded to the kind of, upside down pineapple stuff you want to get into.
Wow. Down to slap cheeks. I love it.
Yeah. Pretty wild, dude. It's nuts.
Wow. Down to sling hot dogs. I love it.
Yeah.
This is something we have like dogging in the UK, which I guess is the nearest equivalent, where you'd like park up and flash your lights and someone else flashes their lights. And that means it's on.
Oh, wow.
And that
really?
that means balls to the bonnet. It's going down. But the upside down pineapple thing is something else. I am fascinated by that. I'm going to be noticing people's fruit based like furniture and like carpets forever now.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I like that.
Yep. Okay, what if you go to the supermarket and one of the pineapples has accidentally fallen slightly sideways and now it's upside down? Do we just start grabbing people?
Is someone making eye contact with you at the same time as you spot it? Is it like a honey trap? If someone's turned it upside down and goes, if anyone notices this, it's on in the disabled toilets. Is it that kind of thing?
I'm just saying, according to the police report, no one was making eye contact with me, but
but I propositioned everyone in that supermarché. You better believe I made sure that everyone
I was dealing out the hard eye contact.
Just mad donging everyone who's looking at the pineapples.
Reese is going to be crouched on top of the pineapples next time, just like sitting on top of them like a gorilla, just like daring people to stare at him. This is good kill team content. This is what we're all here for.
I love it.
Anyways, speaking of slinging dongs, let's transition to slinging dice. Okay, transition to slinging dice. Right. This is going to be uneditable.
Somewhat kill team adjacent. Okay.
Yeah, right. We're slinging dice in your dice tray to play kill team. Yeah, there
on
is.
3+, we stopped talking about swinging. That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, so yes, there is a new kill team box coming out, and it is right off the heels of Kill Team Into the Dark. What do you guys think about this?
It's in the heels. It's not even right off. It's literally in the same pair of shoes.
It's in the other shoe. Yeah, this is
It has turned its pineapple upside down. It's in the disabled toilets with the first box set, and it's
hammer and tong.
That's how close it is. It is butt cheek to butt cheek. That is how close. Balls to butt cheeks. That is how far we are close. This is ridiculously soon after the first. I haven't even played a game of Into the Dark,
dude!
Dragging me back. I've just finished painting my terrain, and I say painted in the broadest term because I basically undercoated and then I did a load of passes on dry brushes, and it looks acceptable. It looks acceptable, and I'll have to do details, but it's good enough to film for a game. It's good enough to have a game.
Yes.
So but damn, that was fast to get that out
super
again.
Fast.
I mean,
really fast.
I just don't think I'm going to get it. I think it's just too. And do we even get into? And I know there's a lot of people who are going to be like, "What did you expect?" But what is almost blatantly aggressive sales techniques to be like, "Oh, you're going to need to get every set." Because the terrain is going to be so key in this new expansion set, and every box set is going to have key terrain that interacts with other terrain, and you're going to need them all. And when we said that, we were like, oh my God, imagine this. The terrain is going to be insane. And you were like, it's going to be themed crates. It's not even themed crates.
It's not
even themed crates. Crazy.
I was the biggest proponent, I think, a biggest supporter of thinking, then this one, in my mind, I thought I'd heard the rumors Necron. So I was like, this one's going to be like a Necron tomb ship. It's going to be like, it'll still fit perfectly with the other pieces, but it's like this wall will be a Necron wall, or you could make a little Necron room that's attached to an Imperial room. And I thought it was going to be like it would encourage you a bit like, I don't know if anyone remembers connector cars, but you could just stick the different cars together and make cool cars. I thought it was going to be like that. And it's the same thing with like an extra sprue of like, cool. So maybe some cool things. The little bolter turret could be cool. I get the sprinkle.
Hold on.
But
I've been saying this, and I think it's funny, and I just wanted to say it again. What do we think of that heavy bolter hot dog cart? Because that's what I'm calling it. I've been saying at the local game shop. Get the heavy hot dog cart. Yeah, slinging hot dogs, shooting hot dogs. Yeah, that's what I've been saying at the local shop. Yeah, it's been drumming up the laughs. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. A fun little joke that I use. I just wanted to share it.
A little joke.
Yeah.
I like that you've been testing out your material on the local shop before you bring it to the big game. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Honestly, solid 10 out of 10.
Killer. Yeah, 10 out of 10.
I will use hot dog bolter cart. Yeah.
I think from henceforth it should be called the heavy bolter hot dog cart.
Yeah,
that's just
I'm gonna
we're waiting for the Eldar
with
taco
4 hot dogs. Oh, that could be the Eldar with the tacos selling next to it. Like
it's happening.
Eldar hot dogs.
It's so happening.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I just want to throw this in there about the terrain. I am actually not that upset about the terrain being the same.
Okay.
Because I just feel number one, it would have been amazing to get themed, like Necron style, Eldar style, all this kind of stuff. That would have been amazing. But like just thinking about how much work that would take, like if they're gonna release boxes this quickly, or even quarterly, I just on the fact of how much work that would take for those poor 3D modelers to get all this different styles of terrain prepped and ready in advance, like that would take so much work, so much more work than they're probably willing to put into it. So that doesn't bother me too much. I just think I think this will be the worst selling box so far, just because
too soon.
It's people like listen. These boxes are expensive, and people gotta like recover from buying one.
True.
And so
absolutely true.
People have like hobby budgets and stuff. Yeah.
This is blowing right through my hobby budget. 100%.
Yeah, it's I mean, this is hot. Like it's crazy. Now, I will say, I am a Scions fan, and so these Castle can do that kind of thing. And I don't know if we want to talk about this, but transitioning from this, do we want to talk about the new guard stuff?
Yeah, well,
man.
Let's be honest. We're going to just talk in a huge circle of anger. So fire away. Talk what you feel.
Well, hang on a sec.
Do we want to close out Kill Team?
I was going to say, before we get into the new guard, my only problem, I'm just going to throw in my problem with the terrain. The problem is, it's not for Kill Team if every single box is the same. If they've given us modular board that can be used in every single loadout that we need, the 3 box after the first box that gives us enough terrain to play all the games with is no longer for Kill Team. It's to upscale us so we'll start playing 40k and we'll be like, we might as well. We've got the boarding action terrain now. And that's just a little bit annoying because it's no longer a box 100% for Kill Team. It's like, well, we're going to throw in this terrain that you don't need because if you've already bought the first box, that's great. You might as well just sell the terrain separately as you are going to do for the 40k. Anyway. They're already selling it. Yeah, they're selling. Cut it out of the Kill Team box altogether. Reduce the price by 60 quid and just give us 2 teams.
And the hot dog cart. And the hot dog cart.
Yeah, and the taco tent. Give us a hot dog cart, give us the taco tent, give us all the little mini extra bits that you can fit on one sprue. That's fine. But if you're just going to reprint the same terrain 3 times, I don't have the space to store all this shit that I'm not going to team terrain times 3. Like, what the hell do I need it for? You have to get rid of
Titanicus and Man of War, like those precious.
Exactly. I have to burn all this just to, and it's just sort of like
you'd have to get rid of your tiny terror back there. I mean, Your dark terror, micro terror.
It's my micro dark.
He's still painting Space Crusade, so that's how far behind you are.
Hey, okay, I have to say something, guys.
That's my beef.
Piggybacking off of your beef to pig on your beef.
Pig on my beef, baby.
Yeah, just to pig on your beef.
Blanket that pig. No,
blanket that pig. Yeah. Let's go one step deeper. God, this is garbage. Let's go one step deeper. Do we think that they resize the Kill Team board because it's a better when you put 2 together? It's better for when you play 40k.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and also
it's not a Kill Team content anymore. It's baby 40k once again.
And you know what I'll say? It's kind of working on me because
Ooh.
I'm putting together. I've joined Rhys's ranks. Hold on. Now I'm sort of joined Rhys, but I've also sort of also joined Russ's ranks because I'm putting together slowly a 40k combat patrol Red Corsairs and a one-page rules Grimdark Future Red Corsair army to use in both systems.
Same difference. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one game is better, and that game is probably one-page rules because the 40k just the activation things pisses me off so bad. But I'm hoping, like, okay, maybe by the time 10th edition rolls around, I'll have a force, and maybe the game won't suck. So that's what I'm thinking. And so in the meantime, we'll be playing one-page rules, and I would love to play one-page rules, but with like the boarding action. In that environment. Cool. So that's what I'm thinking. So it's kind of working on me. I'm kind of.
Oh, sorry, Red.
No, you're good.
I was going to. Do we know the price point of the new box yet? Is that come out at all?
$500.
All the money. I think it's going to be more expensive. They've already had the Lost Leader, which came with the starter set. Now they're just going to bump up the price again. It's going to be more expensive.
If it's more expensive, I think we should riot.
We should burn Nottingham to the ground.
Yes. You should get a good old-fashioned English mob together with our pitchforks, like a Frankenstein's monster mob.
Yeah.
And our pitchforks and me and Rhys will fly out on your dollar, of course, Russ.
Obviously,
on your Brit quid.
On my hobby budget, which is now super expanded. Yeah. So yeah.
And we just burn it all to the ground.
40k good, G-dubs bad. That is basically what
bad.
We got.
40k bad.
40. The thing is, though, 40k is good, and I don't begrudge you getting into it. I don't begrudge you getting into it.
I love
the
it.
setting. Yeah, the setting is good. I
the
love
setting is amazing.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't begrudge the fact that they are basically selling us a downscaled version, so that if we buy 2 sets, we've got enough, and that hopefully they will basically want to convert. It just feels like they want to convert us into 40k players. And personally, I don't mind that, I guess, because I like the setting of 40k, even though I'd prefer one-page rules, because I'm not a massive fan of the way the game works.
Because it's a bad game. Because Warhammer 40k is a bad game. It's okay that people like it. Yeah. But sitting there for half an hour while your opponent takes a turn, that's a bad game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally don't think it's a great game. It's not for me. It's not. For me, I prefer. I've really enjoyed it in the past, where I've had enough time where I'm like, you know what, I'm going to spend 4 hours and get one game in, and you won't finish that game.
No,
and I don't mind. But it's more about having a few drinks with friends and just being like, oh, you know what, to hell with this. But you could play 2 games of one-page rules,
and it's
or
fun
have
to roll
a long,
40
bigger
dice.
game.
Yeah,
it's just fun. It's just fun to hang out. So I like the setting, and it's not bad. It just I semi-begrudge the fact that they're trying to turn me into a whale that they can poach for 40k. I'm just a little bit begrudging of that. Like, just let me in. Yeah, but just let me enjoy Kill Team. Don't try and don't. Yeah. You don't have to milk me dry. Just let me enjoy one product you've made without forcing. They're not forcing me. That's the whole thing. They aren't forcing me. I'm just annoyed that they can't give Kill Team its own thing, and they have to feel. It just feels like they're trying to milk me to get me to start playing. Because I'm like, well, what the hell? I've got all the terrain for a full game, and you know what? It is working. It is working. I'll have enough terrain to play a full game. Maybe I will, but. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the game, so I won't, but 100% it will work, and that's kind of what they want. But I'm just a bit annoyed that they're not delivered on what I thought was a promise for more interesting terrain for Kill Team, when in fact it's more interesting terrain for 40k, and let's just give it to the Kill Team players as well.
Can I circle back to the price point too? Because one thing
please.
I just because I'm still prices where it's at, and I said second mortgage. For me, because obviously they've already milked me, guys, and I feel great.
By the way, this was me turning a pineapple upside down. If that was unclear, just wanted to be clear.
Oh baby.
The last one though, obviously it's kicked off, I guess, the start of their seasons or that kind of prototype. Which, I know a lot of people already were a bit like that feels a bit. Some liked it, some didn't. But obviously, the first one
I kind of like it.
I loved it.
like it.
But the first one that came out had all the starter set in it. So it had the core rulebook, it had the tokens, it had the measuring Duvalax, it had all the bits and pieces for new kill team players.
The measuring Duvalax.
Yeah, it's a technical term. Might go over your head if you're only a casual.
Measuring okay.
Duvalax and the hot dog
hot dog cart.
Yeah, the hot dog bolter cart. That is the new heavy bolter burger bar and the Duvalax. I'm now going to refer to them as Duvalax. Have you got your measuring Duvalax?
Yeah.
Can I borrow your measuring Duvalax?
Oh my God.
Carry on, sorry.
Thank you.
So it came out as a starter set with all the added bonuses that you would have in a starter set.
And that's how they justified, I guess, it having, because it was a hefty price tag, but that was, I guess, their justification was
it?
Well, I think it was pretty hefty.
Are we talking about Into the Dark?
Yeah.
I don't think I thought Into the Dark was cheaper than I thought it was going to be, and because it was this lost leader. When they launched it, I thought, this might be different because you're on the other side of the world and they jack up the price.
They really go
for
hard
Australian. But I might not have known the prices of the most recent running ones, but it didn't feel like it was. You know what it is? It's because they just launched that Necromunda box set that was like 300 quid.
Oh,
so
God,
everything after that seemed super reasonable.
It's just comparative. Yeah. It's just comparative.
You know what? I think they won't have sold many of that kit, but they've done a damn good job of making a kit that makes all their other expensive kits look cheaper. So kind of well done.
Maybe that was it.
It worked on me.
I want to swing us back to a positive side. I want to get the duality. I want to turn it around. Yeah. I want to swing us around. I want to swing us under and over and all. Yeah,
swing it up underneath itself. Flash those dogging lights
and just give the duality of nerd here. Is that why should you buy this box? Like, depending on the price point, right? I think if it's more expensive, again, I think we riot. I think we burn and pillage and loot. And just burn Nottingham to the ground. But if it's a reasonable price or cheaper or whatever, a reason to buy this, here's sort of the predicament that I'm in, or the predicament, the opportunity that I'm in. At my local game store, Kill Team is really growing. Friday night at Warfire Games, best game store in the world.
Ben the Messiah.
It's turned into like Kill Team night, and so
that's great.
And you know why it has? Part of the reason why is because every week I show up with a tool cart full of different boards and terrain, some painted, some unpainted, and all my teams. And I go, hey, anybody want to play something? I got everything you need, right? And so, or you can run a couple boards all at the same time. And so this, if it is a price, because not everybody can buy these boxes back to back like this because it's just so expensive. But if you can, right, you can be the Kill Team Messiah to your game store and say, hey, do you want to have a 4-player match on this board? Do we want to have 2 different games at the same time? So if it is a reasonable price point. If it's more expensive, I think we all quit and we should kill the podcast. Yeah,
we just got a logo.
I don't know,
what are we going to do with that?
It does feel like the only thing this new box set, and again, dependent on price, the only thing this box set is bringing is 2 teams and maybe a small sprue that gives you two terrain piece models that on just justify the quota for them saying new terrain in every season. Okay,
that's
2 barrels
hot dog
that
cart,
has a
son.
bolter on it. Yeah,
cheeseburger, ladies and gentlemen.
It has 2 bolters on it. You son of a.
Well, okay. I could kit bash that quite easily.
That second heavy bolter is worth 25 quid. Okay.
25 quid for that second bolter, and it's a steal at double the price.
And we should be thanking them for it. Yeah.
And yes.
Also, I'm excited for Kasrkin, right?
Yeah.
I'm really excited for Kasrkin. And I'm a Scion guy. I'll be running them as Scions, probably have my Scions or maybe a new team for Into the Dark. So and finally, here's another good thing. Thank the Emperor for Necrons.
Hey.
Oh my goodness! I hate Necrons. I don't like them.
The only good thing,
the only redeeming quality. Yeah, Necron players and Nid players are in a they need love, and 100%. I like that Necrons are getting their Necron love.
I think
but
they
also
were in the
screw
worst
robots.
I think they were in the
Yeah,
worst position. They've had the longest time with the worst, not the worst team, but
Not the worst.
One of the
okay,
worst
the
teams.
worst team.
Yeah.
One of the worst teams.
Why not?
But I'm not a massive fan of the Kazakin. I don't know if it's because there's been so many consistent
Human
guard teams
losers.
released that now I'm a little bit
Yeah.
like because Navy kind of came out of nowhere. Kazakin haven't. We've kind of known what they look like,
For
and they don't look
months.
that much different than anyone else. They kind of they just look samey. They're very samey. They're a mix between Cadians and Scions, and I'm just sort of like, they look identical to the GCPS from Dead Zone, and I've just painted a bunch of them, and I'm sort of like, oh, I don't really want to paint anymore. I mean, they'll be better. They'll be fine. Apart from that dude that's looking down, that looks a bit weird.
Oh, the plasma gunner who's just like checking his shoelaces. What a horrible pose.
He's had a big day of plasmaing and he is exhausted.
He's just
you guys
checking
don't
it's
even
not overheating.
You guys don't even
I think
know.
that's just a poor head placement. That must be poor head
It's
placement.
also
and you
the
must
legs.
be able to have his
It's a
head
bad
up.
pose.
Yeah.
Because
You must
his
be able
leg
to have his-
pose.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
It
It's
must
be a
like
way to make him
it's
not
like
look crap.
He just stepped in dog shit and he's looking down like, oh man.
It's weird.
Does it look like I'm running?
So I'm not a massive fan of the Karskrin, but I absolutely love. Go to hell, Ben. I love the new Cadian models. They look amazing. They look as good as Ben's a dick. That's how good they look. They look so good. I love the new command squad.
Yeah, it really is like amazing. Like we were talking a little bit off camera, but like the guy with like the strapped, like I love that in 40K. Like one of my favorite things is that Primaris Marines have like leather holsters. Like that's so stupid. Like you're still using leather. Like they talk about the books, everything's maglocked, but then Marines like have like leather pouches. Like that's stupid. But what I just love is about the new guard stuff. It's just like straps. Like it's all. I feel like it's going to be a real bear to paint though. Painting and getting all those details.
Lots of
they
angles.
look amazing. And the biggest upgrade in the entire Cadian line is the Cadian Command Squad, specifically the Power Fist. The Cadian Command Squad's Power Fist. That's the worst Power Fist that was
100%.
ever modeled. Whoever designed that
just janked
get him out.
It looks like a cat's. Looks like a cat's hand. You know when they have that thumb halfway up the leg. That's what it looked like. A proper cat's hand Power Fist. Now it is beautiful. Yeah,
it's
100% agree.
Pretty amazing. Yeah,
I thought it was the comms guy with like looks like the coat hanger attachment at the top of the. I love how like over the it's like he's at the jury rig and like just make something that's like I need more signal, so I've just stolen 4 coat hangers and here we go.
Basically.
Yeah. I love the backwards forwards technology of 40K is my favorite thing.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
No,
and I really like the new Cadian stuff.
Yeah.
And how many cigars everyone has?
Just go around. Yeah,
it's the classic Cadian cigar.
Was Cadian the universe's #1 producer of cigars or cigar smokers? Yeah. Like everyone is just like
there must be someone lighting their cigar on a flamer, right?
Oh.
You know how they call coffee caffeine? Cigars would just be like, I don't know, I guess cigarettes would just be called like nicotine. I don't know.
Yeah, because when they're like IHO sticks
it'd just
or
be
something
like the
like
base,
that.
boil it down to the base. Yeah. Death sticks.
Death sticks.
Death sticks.
You don't want to
You want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home
so it looks
and
amazing.
rethink my life. Sorry,
one of the best touches is like the las gun. There's like cabling running on the las gun, like he's had a jerry rig, you know, like a wire. It's like, man, it's just really cool stuff. The new Commissar is amazing. I really hope it comes with the Power Fist. I know it probably won't, but
it's got the old cat's paw.
I could see them doing a few. Yeah, the cat thumb paw. I could see them doing a few different poses for them.
Yeah,
I don't mind the other one,
proud.
the one that's that.
That's one of my favorite models of all time.
It's a great model. It's not a bad one.
He's very short, very Napoleon, like very.
The problem
short.
is it's such a dynamic pose. I don't know. I've never run the Force, but I don't know how many you would have. But you can't buy multiples of that model because it's exactly the same.
He's not doing anything different.
It's like you both decided to stand like that and shoot and aim while holding a sword. Come on. So it's good that they've presumably got a little bit more of a multi-part kit, which are the few different options. that I don't know, but it looks like it is. It looks like it's
Most of them
probably
are
gonna give you
usually
a couple
now.
of choices.
Yeah.
That's
There's
what I mean.
very few single kits now, which is good. Like you can,
For
at least
HQ
there's always a
spots.
weapon swap or something like that. So it gives you some, or a finger pointing as opposed to a pistol or something. You know.
I am quite
finger
surprised
gun
we didn't
instead
get
of
a
a real
new
gun.
a little pew pew. I am surprised we didn't get a new tank with Cadians. Like, 'cause you know how there's so many
that's true.
tanks. I was
That's
like,
gotta
I
be
wonder if we'll
coming,
get a
right?
new tank. Well, it will be. There'll be like the new. You know what would be cool if they brought Lehman Russ back, and then they brought out a new Lehman Russ battle tank, but like an
Like a-
upscaled version,
like a call version of the
yeah, like a
it'd be pretty-
brand
pretty
new,
rad.
He rides
like
it
a
into battle.
Primaris scale. Yeah, he's literally on it. Big picture of him. That would be cool. Or like, a new.
just-
The Lehman Russ
with his
is the
head bobbing.
classic. Good luck to you.
Good luck for
Big
us.
speakers on the side.
As he's just like shooting, like just shooting people. Good luck to you. And he's just like blasting.
Apparently, the rumor
Legions
I
of
heard
fuss.
on the
How dare you?
the rumor tank I heard was that there's going to be the like a Rogel Dawn tank, like that. There's some.
That
think I
makes
heard that.
sense. The
Yeah.
last wall or the bastion.
Yeah, I mean, I might be
The
wrong. I can't remember
yellow.
where I heard that, but there is going to be a
The
tank.
Rogel.
Yeah.
The
That's
rogues
a name.
The Rogel bastard.
Yeah.
It's a massive.
Rogel
It's a big old, just a block
Yeah.
that moves
With a
forward. Just
wheel.
like a
Like a
block
block
of
with
yellow.
a crew cut. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking just like a block of yellow plasteel that just goes forward, but yeah, with a white crew cut around it, and just has no offensive
weapon
capabilities. Just
I thought
goes
just a-
forward.
I thought just a chainsaw on the front, just a big chainsaw.
Just
Oh, yeah,
one
yeah.
chainsaw.
Yeah, just one.
This sounds like one of the robots from Robot Wars now.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Belisarius
God.
really mailed that
was
one in.
good.
Just not his best
That'd be
work.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you phoned that one in.
Yeah, jeez, that was not.
Oh,
But
They
I'm
good stuff
deleted the
all
STL
around.
file for that afterwards.
I'm
one's gonna
really
want this.
excited about Sentinels. They are my most underrated unit in the game. I don't think they're any
Oh, the
good.
walkers,
Yeah,
the
you know,
ATSTs.
Yeah, the ATSTs. You don't see
Chicken
them in
walkers.
many games, and maybe they're rubbish. I don't know. I've never actually played guard, but like aesthetically and visually, I'm always like, man, they're so
very
cool.
cool.
And now they have put little chainswords on the front of them.
Yeah, a little chainsaw arm, just like
yeah, giving them the chop
Yeah.
as they go in. I'm very excited. I want to get
Hi-ya.
just a little like squad of them, just because I think they're cool.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah,
It would
I
be
quite
very
like
cool.
the difference between the heavily armored one that we've already seen, because I had that massive plasma cannon on it.
Mhm.
I do quite like them. Yeah, they look better. I've never been a fan of them. I always like the
really?
ATST, but for some reason it's not translated to 40k, and I've just not been a big fan of the old Sentinel Walkers.
Yeah,
I love a dreadnought. Absolutely, I would have an entire
Yeah, I do
dreadnought
love a
army.
dreadnought. Me too.
But it just hasn't. I wonder if we'll see a dreadnought equivalent, because it feels like that is their
Ooh.
guard's dreadnought equivalent. But imagine, like, the
a
exosuit
commissar
skeletons,
in a
Yeah.
that would be rad.
a la Avatar style, where they
Yeah.
like the guards just in there. I can imagine them being like, you know what? Everyone has dreadnoughts. Let's give these guys.
Everyone gets a big
dreadnoughts.
robot.
Could it be
Everyone
like the
gets a dreadnought.
Grey Knight baby carrier or like a Aliens power
Yeah,
loader?
that's what I'm
You know,
thinking.
like,
Basically,
they're-
Yeah,
aliens power loader.
like an exosuit. Yeah.
yeah.
That could be good. As long
be very
as,
cool.
as always, it's really armored, but the dude driving it is still like in a Catachan
It's just
singlet.
bare
and-
chested.
100% exposed.
No
and
helmet.
cargo
It's
pants,
like
no
it's getting
helmet.
riddled with bolter fire.
It's like,
It's
why
just a
do they keep
Catachan
failing?
dude.
They look so good. And it's like,
Yeah.
they just keep shooting the driver. It's weird.
You know what would be cool? They should have like a clear, not perspex, because obviously that would just get blasted out of the way, but like the equivalent of like
Some
glass.
glass.
Yeah.
Bulletproof.
Just
bulletproof
bulletproof
glass,
glass. I assume they can make bulletproof glass in the 41st century.
Duraglass or something. Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, normal glass is a
Steel.
terrible
Steel.
idea.
I mean, that's the worst idea, isn't it? I mean, it's not worse than having him with nothing in front of him, right? Is it? Is it worse than having
I think
nothing?
it makes
I
it
guess
more
it might
dangerous. Imagine
help.
all the shattering
I
glass.
mean, it might glare. You might
You
get a
have
bit
shrapnel.
of glare.
Yeah. Shrapnel and
Yeah.
glare. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It
Yeah.
is worse. It is worse. That's fair.
Well, Necrons, am I right, guys?
You're so right.
I want to bring us back in. I want to talk about the Necrons because obviously there's going to be at least 2 to 3 fans of our 5 fans who are going to be really excited about the Necrons. I think this team is going to be very interesting. I just wanted to touch on the models. There's the main Cryptek guy, which is an existing model, so he's not a newie.
Is it a Cryptek or is it? I know it's a Cryptek model, but is it a Technomancer technically?
Is he called? Yeah,
I think he might be a Technomancer, which is cool. It's
commanded by a Cryptek.
Oh, it is a Cryptek, and because it is a Cryptek model, which is cool. But I mean, that's still going to be cool.
And
then
Necron
the Cryptek's Apprentice, everyone's
Hero
favorite,
Tech circles are commanded by Cryptek, dispatched on special missions for their overlord across the stars. They field small units of death marks and immortals for personal protection while unraveling the mysteries of the galaxy along their faithful Apprentice, Plasmacytes, and an upgraded immortal Despotech.
The Despot. You know what? It kind of sounds like Necron. That's amazing.
You guys are old enough to know what that is, right? My dad told me about that.
Go to hell.
How dare you?
I think I read about it in a museum one time, along with VHS tapes.
Do you remember?
It's pronounced Buzz. Okay, it's pronounced.
I was going to say, do you remember mini discs? Do you remember when mini discs came along? But no, like this sounds like it's the inquisitorial team we've all wanted. It's for the Necrons instead of anyone else. You know what I mean? Like this feels like it's the perfect team to proxy for your inquisitors because you've got an apprentice, you've got your main dude who's going to be Psyker, he's going to have some sort of funky powers, and then you've got a great shooter, and then you've got an option for some snipers and some big shooters with the immortals and the death marks, and you've got 2 little greblings which can be squats. You know what I mean? Like you've got your little abhuman inquisitorial force. And when I saw this, I immediately thought, I just thought that'd be a cool, because it feels like it's centered around your Cryptek with your main dude, and he's got his little folly, his little entourage, and I was like, that's kind of cool. Right. That's kind of the Inquisitor team I wanted.
It sounds like there's flexibility too, like from reading that one sentence, but it sounds like you're not stuck to, I guess, what's in the box. So it sounds like you can take more immortals and death marks or vice versa. So having a bit of, like maybe a bit like, so, as you've seen with other teams, it's like you can take this model, but if you drop him, you can take 2 of a regular guy, or you can drop 2 of the minions and take 1 more regular guy. Yeah. So maybe it'd be cool if there's a little bit of flexibility in it, because sometimes that's what is missing in some of the teams in Kill Team is the ability to go, you can take it. It's only optimal one way and any other way is silly. And I don't like that.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like they've not 100% mastered that, have they? It feels like there are the quote unquote correct. I don't know. I did quote unquote and then went correct. I know that works. The correct ways. This is going to be amazing for the audio version. Just pretend like I nailed it. So it feels like there are correct ways to build teams, as opposed to, although there's other people running Hunterclade with like vastly different loadouts, not using all the Sicarian hunters and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So maybe
some teams do it better than others. Yeah. So this seems sort of like a robot like Warp Coven. You know, like I wonder if you'll be able to pick different, different specialize in different or Necron,
I don't know what the Necron schools of magic, if that is
I don't
how
know
it works.
But I wonder if they have like
I don't know or care.
I couldn't care less. I could not care less. But I wonder if there's going to be like different schools. You love this energy.
Yeah, no, because they've got like technomancers, crypto thingos. Like that. You're right. There's lots of different ones. There's lots of different. You're right.
This is true.
So I just feel like it's I think it'll be cool. I'm gonna say we have not had like a team to come along. Well, I mean, Legionaries are like crushing people, I'm told. And around the world. But I wonder if this is gonna be like pretty solid team. Like if they have some real shenanigans and stuff, I think this could be. And by the way, what do we think reanimation protocols is going to be? Because that's got to be like their main thing, right?
And it has to be built in.
Just be what we've got already. Yeah, just built in. I think that'll be what it is.
Which is what? How does it work?
Right, you don't know.
Don't know.
God, it's been a while since I've played. I don't know or care. burn on Necrons.
Yeah.
It basically means if they're taken out of action at the start of in the initiative phase, you can roll. And it's, I forget what it is. It's like a 3-up for warriors or a 4-up for non-warriors, something like that. It might be a 2 and a 3, but basically on a 3-up or a 4-up, they just come back. But it's with, I think it's with D3 wounds.
Yeah,
D3,
and then they get the living metal, which gives them. Then they get that heal as well.
Heal.
So yes, I mean it's already pretty good.
Yeah, like those bones with some like bespoke rules on top.
Yeah,
man, I think this is going to be one of those teams that's difficult to deal with.
I think,
but basically they won't have a medic; it'll be built in. Hopefully, like they're gonna all have that built-in medic,
or for a CP or something, or I don't know. Yeah,
I mean the
I can see the little crypto thralls too doing something to boost it as well, like plasma sites. Sorry, like that if they're within X, you come back to life 1-on-1 better, or your living metal is stronger.
Well,
so I can see there being some cool little.
That's their thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
In 40k, don't they hang around with the big bladey guys and boost them and buff them up?
They infuse them with madness is what they do. I think they
nice
true story. I think they make them
hit
better or hit harder by just going, "Hey, aren't you mad about everything?" And then they're like,
I'm pretty chill about. Well, now you're mad.
So, tell us what you think about the crypto thralls. I don't have the time to care. Now I'm mad about it.
Have you seen the terrain they're bringing out with the next box set? Goes nuts, attacks everyone.
I think they're looking.
I think
really
it'll be a cool team.
Yeah,
100%.
I think I said both teams in the box after we teed off fair. I'm actually really happy about both teams. I think they're both really cool. That would be the only thing for me that actually would ever make me want the box right now. Anyway, at this point in time, is that both those teams and the hot dog cart look great.
I don't know. It feels like the Necron team is such an easy team to proxy.
Oh,
they're
100%.
all models that you've already got, apart from the Apprentech, which it'd be easy to build.
Yeah,
that is, and honestly, for me, the Karskrin, I'm not that bothered about. It feels like an auto pass for
just
me.
More
this box
humans.
set.
It's more humans.
Yeah, it's just more humans. I could proxy Scions. I could just get a set of Scions, or just wait like 2 weeks before they release everything based on this schedule that they currently got going. Anyway, so it probably won't be that long.
Do we think the next box will have a human team in it?
God, it better not. They better go 2 Xenos.
Yeah,
that'll be like. Oof.
You've got novitiates. You've got what was the third box? That was Space Marines and something else.
I guess bloodied technically.
And blooded. Oh no,
they're technically chaos.
That was was Morok. That was the blooded versus the Phobos.
Yeah. So then you have blooded. You had
chaos versus Corsairs. That was a non.
Yeah. So do we think humans are going to be in the next box? What do we think? They're running out of humans to throw in.
Who do we think is next then? If of all the teams that,
and then Soul Shackle, isn't it?
Shackle.
No, this is Soul Shackle.
For God's sakes, man.
This is called Soul Shackle. Welcome to the Soul Shackle. Isn't this one Soul Shackle? What was the last one? Isn't it Gallow Falls? I think it's Gallow Falls.
Gallow Fall.
All I can think of is Skyfall when I hear that. That's all I can think of.
Because I think the
Speaking of,
the teams that are struggling still.
Who do you think the next James Bond will be, guys? Let's get down to the real nitty gritty, shall we?
I don't know, and I don't care.
What a callback.
Yeah. Tyranids.
Speaking of Greece, no.
Who needs the teams? Yeah, I'm saying who's the leftover? You guys were killing me with your segue there. I feel like I was trying. And you guys, I'm trying to talk about, and you guys are talking about fucking James Bond. I'm like, for fuck's sake.
Nids,
I'm on a different podcast.
They're left in the dark.
Yeah,
so it could be Nids. It feels
Nids will not get a team in the next box. I'm planting my flag. I'm just calling it. They will not get a team in the next box.
But it should be them. It could be any of the Elven teams, but that's the thing. Have they had Corsairs? They'll give a lot of love to humans, but are they going to give us 4
bit of Xenos love
Elven teams? I think it
Elves
should
don't
be
deserve
Nids.
it.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Listen, you have Corsairs.
It would be good.
Be happy with your Corsairs because you can run them. You can run them as Drukhari in your head and just get over your life. You can run them as Eldari. I know. Sorry, I forgot we have a fellow, or not a fellow. We have an elf lover on the pod. I want to. Yeah, I think. Mon KC, Mon KD.
Oh no, I just thought that was funny.
Oh,
he doesn't understand it.
It is funny.
I don't know what it means.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I think be happy with that. Run them how you want. And then more human teams for me, please.
That's the problem, I think, with the Legionaries, because Legionaries with Mark and Nurgle is a great team. I don't think they're going to redo Death Guard, but Death Guard hasn't had a bespoke team. But arguably, you would want that team to be done. No, that's the thing, they don't.
Yeah, and like here's also my thing. If you want to play Death Guard, you want to play Slaanesh, just make your team look like that and use those rules. Yeah, and be happy. I think that's fine. I'm a chaos like Marine guy, and I'm fine doing that. So everybody just 100%. Suck it up and shut up and play your stupid game.
Ben's good with
stop whining.
So shut your goddamn mouths and drink it up. Glug, glug, glug. Take
is there a plasma sight behind you, Ben? Who's jabbing you with the anger today? You're so mad.
You haven't even started Legions of Russ yet.
Yeah,
oh God, I might blow a gasket.
I don't want to play today. This is scary. It's not a safe work environment. What about demons? Demons could be really cool because
demons do sort of need it.
Yeah,
they're one of the better compendium teams in my stupid opinion. But yes, they do need some help.
They could be really cool.
What would they get,
well, I just think mixing and matching, a bit like how they sort of say, like you could put
the marks of chaos.
Yeah, like some of them. No. Like you know how like some of them work together and some don't. So you can say you can have X amount of Khorne and X amount of I can't remember who hates who. Nurgle
no, that's what I mean by the marks of chaos for Legionaries.
Yeah, sorry, that's right.
So you can have Khorne
and
you can't have Khorne and Slaanesh working together or whatever.
Yeah, and throw in some HQ units and like big
I think that's what it
needs. Stuff like that.
It needs
some
character
more elite
models.
Yeah.
Character, more elite stuff. That'd be very
Nurglings.
Cool.
You could get maybe like Nurglings, like a
blob
of Nurglings and Plague Bearers, and then a Plague Herald. And that's your if you can get 3 units, so you get a Screamer. And then the 2,
and Sloppity Bile Piper, get him in there.
I mean, that'd be cool. Nurgle's got a whole bunch of characters.
Yeah, Nurgle's
Sloppity Bile Piper.
Sloppity.
That'd be cool.
Sloppity Bow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
speaking of very
what?
Cool.
What?
I think it's time for Legions of Russ.
Play it in.
But is it time? Is it time?
It's time. I'll allow it.
It's time. Well, then play it in.
Good luck to us. We'll only say this once. It's finally time for Legions of Russ.
Jesus.
Ben is crashing hard on us. Shitface McGee's having a rough one.
Shitface McGee. Are you ready, Shitface, for Legions of Russ? Whew.
Always.
Body and goddamn soul. That's right. You heard it correctly. We are in. It is now time for the game that no one wants. It is time for Legions of Russ. We are no longer playing the Genestealers Championship. Shout out to Craig, who technically won because Rhys
nonsense.
Because you know,
Rhys failed. So Craig came in, snatched the victory for the community.
Craig, you beautiful
what
soul.
a legend.
I spoke to the
hero.
anti-doping agency. All the cheating has been on your parts. My Genestealers belt is still in the mail, and it won't be stopped. It will not be stopped.
So
we'll see what we can do about
technically, Rhys is 2-0. So it goes Rhys 2, Ben 0, community 0 for Genestealers Championship. I like that is
but in the real game that matters, I'm currently winning by 0.5 points.
So in the heavyweight, lean in, Ben. So in the heavyweight championship for Legions of Russ, Ben is correct. It is 10.5 points to Ben, 9 points to Rhys. This was close. I had to re-amend the scores. I accidentally awarded Rhys 0.5 erroneously. So your lead is slightly better than you thought. So,
do I have a full point lead?
You have a full 1.5 lead because I gave
points and a half.
Is it 9 point? You know what? I'll have to
it's a
double
point
check.
and a half. It's
Why
a
is
1
it every
point. It's
time
a 1
I
point
leave,
and a
my
half.
score goes down?
Hey, Russ, check again. I think it's a 2-point lead, isn't it?
You know
This
what?
is nonsense.
After all this back talk that Rhys is giving, fuck it, Ben, you've won season 1.
Whew. That
You know
was
what,
a real. I just want to thank Joe. I want to thank my wife. I want to thank God. I want to thank everybody for this privilege. Yeah.
Anyone else you want to thank?
I'd like to thank Rhys for losing.
Really, just anyone.
Yeah.
Beginning with an R, maybe
That
someone
sounds
whose
like it.
name you often mix up with Rhys. Is anyone else you might want?
I'd like to thank Ryan from Command
sure,
Point.
Sure,
You
he's
can,
great.
you can
he's
thank
great.
me again.
Yeah.
You can thank
Anyone
Rhys
anyone
again.
else? Anyone else you'd like to?
Yeah, I would like to thank Glass Half Dead for the
Wow.
encouragement.
Okay.
Being a great guest.
Yep.
Okay. I think we'll just
Yep.
need just need a cut for just a couple of minutes. I'm not going to
Little break?
cry
Yeah.
under the nothing like that.
There's spiders under there. Be careful, Russ.
Yeah, watch out for the spider. Daddy Longlegs over there.
That just gets me.
Could this
So,
day get worse?
We're into Legions of Rust. I will double check the scores. As I've written them down, it's 10.5 to 9, but I could be mistaken. So, Rhys, I apologize to no one ever. No, yeah. I apologize if I got it wrong. We might have to double check. Rhys might be on 9.5 or 10.5 to 9, but we'll check. And I will ratify with the board to make sure we have the correct scores. But we've got 2 more. We're at round 9. And you know what? I think we're going to go for 10 rounds.
Okay.
I think that's going to be so this is going to be the penultimate game. And I think next round is going to be the final. So everything to play for still. Either one of you could win it. But we're very close to the end of season 1 of Legions of Rust.
This is scary.
Big.
Whoopa.
Rhys, with that revelation, how are you feeling? Because I now have more anxiety than I was expecting.
I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence. So I'm ready to go.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Says the loser. Okay, Russ, take it away.
So
you guys should be ashamed
falls
of
back
this.
asleep for about 10 minutes. He wakes up, forgets where he's just pissed, and drinks excellence. That's how he rolls. So
it's a cycle.
I will give us a quick.
Oh,
yeah.
You were on a roll last week, dude. I'm nervous.
Oh man, the Genestealers. I don't know why, but Rhys performs when it's the Genestealers Cup.
Just bangers, dude. Home runs.
I just hate new people.
Damn.
Like, welcome to the big league, son. Get out of here.
After the Glass episode, we had to sit Rhys down and say, you know what, maybe give someone a chance. Yeah, cool. And he's like, no, I'm gonna be cool.
He said,
and
F them.
Yeah,
F
and then it was just like,
he said,
damn.
F our patrons. Our patrons be damned.
Not
That's what he
on my
said.
watch.
Those are verbatim from.
No.
Thanks for
to
nothing.
hell with them.
Get out of here.
Them. So, if you've not played Legions of Rust along with the guys, this is how you play. It's going to be a riddle, clue, kind of cryptic crossword guess, and it's going to be describing a chapter from 40K, the classic 40K universe, and we're doing Space Marines at the moment. So, if you can guess without needing any follow-up clues, you can just snipe it out. You get 2 victory points. If you need clues, it's going to be 1 victory point. At any point, if you get a partially correct guess, you get half a victory point. We might change up the scoring in season 2, but that's how it's going to work for season 1. If you want to guess along, your name is your buzzer. Shout out your name and then throw out your guess and pray that you get something right. That's how we play. If you're in transport right now, that's how we do. And
More
if you're in transport, you want
better.
to play along, exactly. You come with your wrestling persona and you throw down. Today, challenging for the belt, we have Rhys, a.k.a. Sean, the Heartbreak Kid Michaels Salmon, in the building. HBK is with us, and he is trying to take the gold heavyweight belt from Ben Bam Bam Bigelow. Ben the Power, Bam Bam Bigelow Campbell. I guess that makes me Vince McMahon.
Yes,
which
obviously.
I'm not too keen on, but you know,
more as
we'll go for
Shane, but that's okay.
HBK, are you ready?
Is Vince McMahon the guy who jumped in the ring and like injured both of his legs at the same time? What an amazing
probably.
Somebody like jumped into the ring and like I think tore both hammies at the same time. Have you seen that video?
Yeah, I've seen that video.
It's horrible and hilarious all at the same time.
Look this up now. Wait, do we have time to stop?
Oh, you have to. Yeah.
I think it might have been him. There's been some terrible sell. It was not almost as funny as the guy who's running towards the ring, trips and falls underneath it. There's some great, we just like full sprint, trips. Anyway, it was amazing. So,
I'm as ready as that guy for Legions of Russ.
HBK, how you doing? You ready? How you feeling? Confident after your Genestealers victory?
I'm ready to unite the belts. I'm taking them both home. Express post hurts the most. Send it over.
Double champ status ready. Ben, the power. How you doing, buddy?
I just have one request, and if you would oblige me, could you add a timestamp so we could skip through this segment?
Are we ready? Let's get in to Legions of Russ, round 9. Lights go dim. This is 2 words. Are you ready? Here we go.
Yes, sir.
An intimidating cry from an animal, but less robust. Think verbose or very verbose. But despite the noise, he's actually a good mate. Plus, they can fly. Well, sort of, more like a hover. The average bra size in the US is 34 and one of these, but there is still 2. Okay. You know what? When I was writing this, the first part of this, I was basically trying to make it all one thing. And at the end, I could think of nothing. So I just rammed something on at the end. And it sounds ridiculous. I will read this out again. An intimidating cry from an animal, but less robust. Think verbose or very verbose. But despite the noise, he's actually a good mate. That's the first word. And then the second word is plus they can fly. Well, sort of, more like a hover. The average bra size in the US is 34 and one of these, but there's still 2. But there's still 2. So this is a weird one.
Yeah.
We'll go through it again. Oh, like they're not all weird.
This is 2 words, right?
Yes, 2 words. First word, an intimidating cry from an animal, but less robust. Think verbose or very verbose. But despite the noise, he's actually a good mate. That is the first word.
This is insane.
Rhys.
Yeah. Welcome to Legion.
Oh, I swear to God.
I think I've got the first word. My dog is barking in the background, but I think I've got the first word. Is the first word
You've
roaring?
got the first word. No.
Oh.
But you are close.
Ben, wailing?
No, you are not close.
Ben, screaming?
No.
Ben, yelling?
Should he be losing points for that? Has he got a thesaurus?
Subtract a point for every... Yeah, just have it pulled up on the side here. Synonyms for yelling.
As he goes down, and Rhys is low. Ben is low. No,
Ben is negative 6 points.
It's none of them. Rhys, you were the closest, but think less robust. Think verbose or very verbose.
I don't know what that means.
Ben, for the first word. Shut up. Less
scimitars.
You know what I love how Ben goes, hang on, leans in a slightly bit and then just goes like he's piecing together the clues, and he's like, you know what, I know something, leans in and then he just gets it so fucking wrong. Like how no, it's not.
It's not crying.
It's not.
Okay.
The closer it gets to them.
Yeah, the closer he gets, the worse his guess is. So you were closer. I'm going to give you a big clue for free. You can still get 2 points here. I'm going to say, Rhys, you were closer when you said roaring.
Oh, Rhys, howling.
No.
Oh, I thought you had it there.
No. Think If you're thinking of roaring, think less robust, think more verbose or very verbose. But despite the noise, he's actually a good mate. I'm going to say...
Okay. No,
No.
It's okay. It's okay. Singing?
No.
Singing. He's
No.
another
So
Saurus
I'm
again.
going to say that this isn't a word. It might be.
Oh, good.
But it's one of those words that's not it's not really
Is it a
word.
40K word?
Yeah, it's a 40K word. It
Ah.
probably is a word and it derives from the Greek to something, but it's not a word that's normally used in your average day-to-day. Not that you would use howling in your average day-to-day, but you might. You might.
Ben? Okay,
Yeah,
this
Was
is
Ben
a real
your
one.
guess?
It's a real one. Yes. Lamenting?
No.
Okay, I thought maybe lamb, animal. Okay,
No. An intimidating cry from an animal. Just in
I
case you've
can
forgotten what it
intimidate
was.
somebody with a lament like you've never seen.
Ah,
brother.
so much
soon.
lamenting.
Oh, brother, if you want to be intimidated with my lamenting, step on down. I'm going to turn this pineapple over and we are going to lament until you're scared.
Ben,
You'll lament after.
Growling? Growl?
No.
Growling?
No.
Not growling. Dang,
It's not
dude.
a word.
I thought I was onto something there.
He said like it's not a regular word.
Yeah.
Growling's still like
It's
a
not a
regular
word.
word.
So an intimidating roar from an animal, an intimidating cry from an animal, that is a regular word, obviously, but it doesn't, when you pair it with, less robust, think more verbose or very verbose, but despite the noise, he's actually a good mate. So that's the first word. It's a weird word. It's hard to get. It doesn't sound like a word. But if you piece them together...
Rhys? Vorpal?
Oh, he gets the first. You want to throw out a second guess?
Vorpal. What was the clue for the second part? And I'll throw out a guess.
This feels like a cheat. If I assume I give this...
All right, no, I won't do that then. Is it a Vorpal swords?
Yes. Hell, you got it. Ben. He's now beating you.
2-pointer, baby.
So an intimidating cry from an animal is a roar, but think less robust, think more verbose or very verbose. So Ben's happy about this victory. Ben has cast himself into the shadows.
For those audio listeners at home, there's a lot of crazy...
These are the eyes of a man who is just lived long past his glory days.
You've lost the belt, Ben. I know it's technically all to play for. You could win it back in the next few minutes, but an intimidating cry from an animal is a roar. Think less robust, so get rid of the R and give it a V, verbose, a very verbose, so vor. And despite the noise, is actually a good mate, pal, vor pal. Plus they can soar, which is plus they can fly, which is sort of more like a hover, which is soar. And the average brass size in the US is a 34, and one of these, which is a D, but there's still two, so it's Ds. So it's swords.
On a very real note, Rhys, 1,000 kudos.
Yeah.
1,000 kudos on that.
1,001 kudos. That was a difficult one.
Once I got Vorpal, which you are correct, is a very 40K word. I think I have heard of that chapter before. Like, that's the only thing, like the swords.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I've heard it somewhere.
Yeah. 1,000
the
kudos.
danger.
And because I had the
Vorpal.
Ds, because I had those double Ds, baby. Done my research. Pineapple.
Oh boy, Rhys has done his research. His research.
Ooh. My research.
The summer of Rhys.
So the Vorpal swords is actually a very cool chapter. There is something known about them, but almost nothing. They other than basically their participation in the Abyssal Crusade and the Geistos Cataclysm. So there's something cool. So the Abyssal Crusade, I'm not sure if you know, but there was ecclesiarchal purges, and dozens of SAR systems were engulfed in this warp storm. And it's like it was basically ripping through these planets, and a lot of them were basically they had to because they were recording mutations from chaos cultists, and it was all going crazy. They were basically kind of factioned off, and they were like, you're going to get judged, and if you've got these hideous like mutations, you might be. Basically, they became fallen chapters, and they had to go on these like crusades to win back their purity, basically. Okay, so the Vorpal swords, they've got a pretty decent paint scheme. It is green, kind of like the, they kind of look like the Medusan
Ben's
Sons of
Envy?
Medusa.
Kind of like losers.
Green like
kind of
Ben's
like
Envy.
Ben sucks, I guess. So it's basically green, and they've got like a darker green insignia on their chest, and they've got black shoulder pads, and they have the
Sounds pretty cool,
Ballinist
actually.
logo. They have basically pirate logo. They've got crossed swords and a skull
rad.
above it. It is actually pretty badass, and it's a really small detail. But the swords are silver, the skull's silver, and the hilts are red. And I don't know why, but it just looks cool.
Nice little
It's
pop
actually
color.
yeah, a little pop of color, and it's a really cool paint scheme. If we hadn't already done the Intercessor Challenge, this is what I'd want to do them as. It's a really cool paint scheme.
Let's do it again. Let's
do
turn
it.
back the clock.
Play it up and over itself.
Do it again and under and inside.
Ben
So-
just died inside. Look at those eyes.
The soul went from, okay, everybody, are you ready for round 2? Play it up over.
Good luck to us. We'll only say this once. It's finally time for Legions of Russ.
Woo!
And we're back in. Okay,
Oh, mamma
back in
mia.
to Legions of Russ. And you know what? I am going to give you a pre-Legions of Russ clue
Oh,
and say that this might be, setting aside all of our tiebreakers, this might be the most famous Legions of Russ chapter we've had so far.
Space Wolves.
Interesting.
Reese.
Ben,
That's what-
Space
Oh,
Wolves.
no, Reese got in there, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Yeah, Space Wolves,
So
baby.
it's you know what? I don't think we had the tiebreaker. We didn't need the tiebreaker from the Genestealers, so I've still got a tiebreaker ready. Not that we're going to need it, but I can throw it out if you guys want it. But it's very
Okay.
quick, and you'd get it very quickly. That's the whole point of it. So depending on how badly Ben's losing, if he wants to maybe try and claw something back.
Stop
Try and
helping
dig
him.
myself deeper in
Stop.
the
Yeah.
grave that I'm currently digging myself. Yes.
But Ben, the good thing about your current position is you are once again the people's
The
champ.
underdog.
You are the
Oh,
underdog.
feels good.
Dun, 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 dun,
Feels
dun,
good.
dun, 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 bum, ba, ba, dun, ba, da, dun, ba, da, dun, dun. Ben is back, and once again, everyone can
running through the streets with Joe behind me.
And then you've got that weird robot friend that you bought Joe, but he doesn't like it, and then he goes into drinking heavily, and it's horrible. And yeah, and that's
Dark.
and then we cut. Done. So everyone can once again back at home. You might have been feeling odd about it before, but now it feels okay to hate Rhys again,
Mhm.
because he's winning. So it's okay to hate him now. He's on top.
Tall poppies. Cut me down, baby.
That's how it goes. But 11 to the HBK, to the Heartbreak Kid, the hero of the Genestealers Cup. Rhys is now double champ, albeit ever so briefly. It is now half a point in it. And Ben, there's everything to play for. If you get
God
a partial guess, you tie up the score, and then you ensure that Rhys could only be 1 point ahead. That feels like a
Okay.
solid tactic to me.
That feels like just shooting for the hip. A classic.
Yeah,
a classic,
I feel like
a classic lean in and guess.
yeah. I feel like Joe
Ben,
would be
scimitars.
proud. I think that's what Joe's saying.
Ben,
So-
drowning scimitars.
So
10 points.
it's one word, and we're going
Ooh,
to
okay.
move into it. So, are you ready? I feel
Yeah,
like
ready.
I've already given you a pretty big clue, so we might
That's a pretty big hint.
to run a tiebreaker that I've already got prepared. So,
There can't be too many teams with one one word.
are you ready?
Ready.
Driving along in my automobile, I flip on my side saddle grill and partially burn a steak. My eyes have drifted, so I bring them back to this, and I realize the radio is off, so I turn it.
Ben, salamanders.
Us shooting from the hip. It's not, unfortunately. It's not. I can understand. God love you. I understand why you guessed it, but it's not. It isn't, I'm afraid.
But would you give that to us again slowly?
You know what? I've just realized, having given you the coaching to guess partial, you can't because it's a one word. So you're gonna have to go for it. Yeah.
No,
so
Ben,
it's driving along.
Stick with that. You just aim for half.
Driving along in my automobile, I flip on my side saddle grill and partially burn a steak. My eyes have drifted, so I bring them back to this, and I realize the radio is off, so I turn it. Driving along in my automobile, I flip on my side saddle grill and partially burn a steak. My eyes have drifted, so I bring them back to this, and I realize the radio is off, so I turn it.
Rhys?
Oh no, Ben.
I don't know how to say this properly, so I might pronounce it wrong.
Ben.
But if he pronounces it wrong, it doesn't count, right?
Is it?
That's 100% correct.
Carcharodons? Carcharodons? The shark
guys? Did you just say carrot carton?
No, the Carcharodons.
Ben gets it with no. So Rhys does obviously get it. That would be so cool. So it is Carcharodons, which is obviously. So driving along in my automobile car, I flip on my side saddle grill and partially burn a steak. Char, so car. My eyes have drifted, so I bring them back to this road, and I realize the radio is off, so I turn it on. Carcharodons.
Wow,
Ben, that has got.
This has been a tough week.
Hurt. It is
it's
now
been a real tough week.
13 points to 10.5. You know what? I think we've got an option. Okay, Ben, I'm going to give you the option here. Do you want to play the tiebreaker to try and get it?
Try and get some points.
Yeah, it could further the lead. You know how hot
it could
Rhys
just
is.
Further dig me deeper into the hole.
But this is bound to happen.
It's
your call. You know what? I'm going to leave it to you.
If I were to get this wrong next week, there's no winning, right? Impossible to win, right?
You know what? I'm going to make some rules up. I'm going to say the loser would get 2 points, but the winner would only get 1 point. So if you want to play this, Ben, you would get 2 points, whereas Rhys would only get 1 point for winning, which means Rhys would still be winning regardless, but it does tie the score up a little bit.
Is this Mario Kart? Why is the game cheating to keep getting the race?
I am.
You're the second string.
I'm gonna have to turn down that generous offer.
Wow, I thought that was pretty decent.
That was very generous. That's very generous. But I'm a man of integrity, and if I will lose, I will lose big.
Oh, but you are going to lose. But
Rhys, do you want to swing for the fences here?
Yeah, look, I'm happy to do another one because I love the game. I'm a student of the game.
We can say that the scores...
You've gotten an A so far. You're getting an A as a student of this game.
Ben doesn't want any handouts, so we're going to say we're just going to give 1 point out if you get Imperial Fist.
Was that legit?
Ben. Ultramarines.
Oh my god. Well, honestly, we can't play it now because that was legit what I was going to go for.
I say we leave it in and end on this note. You can't end on anything better than this. Leave it in and just end it.
I'm going to tell you what it was. It's just about the most fragrant leather. It's a revolution, raise them high. And it was Imperial leather, raise them high, fists. But I guessed it. I might cut this out because this is an embarrassment.
No, did you get a point for that?
Oh, I think you got to leave it in.
You get a point.
Yeah.
I get 2 points.
Russ is on the board, baby.
A couple more games and I'll be beating Ben. So, the Carcharodons, I'm not sure if you need to be told about the Carcharodons, but they are known as the Carcharodons Astra in High Gothic or the Space Sharks in Low Gothic,
that
which
sounds
is pretty
like Rhys
damn
didn't
badass.
guess it in High Gothic or Low Gothic. So,
do we just
that
know
like
the
a little
points?
bit of a... I think that's how that works. You know,
I think we have
I don't
to
want to be.
know
I really
points.
don't want to be that guy, though. I really want to
Oh
be
no,
that
no,
guy.
I know you do want to be that guy, but I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
Felt like that's
I'm
where
okay
you
with it
started.
Yeah, I feel like you become that guy.
I am become.
You become that guy. So the Carcharodons, for those who don't know, are an alleged, I'm just throwing it out there, alleged
Ooh.
successor chapter of the Raven Guard. It is unconfirmed though.
By the way, stupid. That's I love the Carcharodons. That's a stupid chapter to hail from. One of the lamer chapters.
The Raven Guard.
Yes, especially for their thing. They love to like, just go nuts. Dumb chapter to be from. But I love the Carcharodons. Sorry, continue.
Hi,
they're
do
very
you
cool.
like the Raven Guard? Slap! Welcome to Ben Town.
Because Ben thinks you're stupid. Wow. So this is an interesting one. I'm not going to go too much into the Carcharodons because I think they're quite well known.
Yeah, people know these. Yeah.
They're quite fleet based, but they have got the most amazing war cry. Do you want to hear their war cry?
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
The chapter fights in complete eerie silence.
Oh,
that is their war cry.
Rad.
That seems like a weird thing to yell out.
Yeah.
We fight in complete and utter silence.
Yeah, they've got some of the worst.
They yell that out.
Battle run. Yeah, silence. And then just run. Everyone just run forward. They'll just run forward, going shh. Die quieter.
With their chain swords.
But yeah, they're very cool. If you've not seen them before, they've got, as you imagine, quite a grey shark skin, kind of tinted blue, like armor with black accents, and they've got some gold details in there as well. And I'm guessing it's unsurprising to learn that their chapter badge is a shark.
What?
Big old
because
shark.
they're the space sharks.
A
Big
quiet
old
shark.
Big old shark. So yeah,
Gosh.
that is Legions of Russ, and we did absolutely mess it up. Personally, it's a disappointment, but at least I get to make a new cell in Joe's spreadsheet where it says Russ reads out the answer before the clue. Check
That
one
was so
box
good.
for me, Joe, if you want to put me down for one of them, and let's play us out with another Legions of Fuss.
Good luck to us. We'll only say this once. It's finally time for Legions of Russ.
And we're back in, and that is the end of Legions of Russ. What a seamless game.
Not gonna lie, that hurt a lot. That hurt.
I don't know what all the fuss is about,
lot.
guys. I love Legions of Russ. Good luck to us.
Yes, give us the post Legions of Fuss press conference, Rhys.
Yeah, look. First, I'd like to thank my opponent for turning up. You know, the game doesn't happen if you don't have an opponent. You know,
did he turn up? I don't think he turned up.
It did feel like I was playing against the witch's hat out there, but it's still good to have the run. I'd like to thank Russ. Puts together a good, clean game. Only barely cheats for Ben a bit, but he's really hard
to throw points at him, but he wouldn't take him. He wouldn't take him.
But look, you know, you take it a day at a time. I'd love to thank obviously God, our families, and everyone who helped us be here today. It's just good. It's good to be the double champ, and I look forward to the season finale to take it home.
Good game to both of you. Russ,
GG.
Excellent cues as always, and honestly, Rhys, that would like Vorpal swords, like again, 1,000 million kudos on that.
That was well done. I was surprised.
Well
I didn't think that.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to be a lot more. I didn't think that was going to be a 2-pointer. You know what? You guys are making me. I'm gonna have to make it more difficult.
No,
I'm gonna have to try harder.
Just don't.
They're getting too easy. I mean, it's getting so easy that I'm just saying the names of the actual chapters first.
That's how
easy
make
it's
it easy. Yeah. We tricked you into that though.
Yeah.
In our defense, we pretended we didn't want to play, and we like lulled you into a false sense of, you know, like complacency, and then you just weren't ready. We iced the kicker. You weren't ready, baby.
Well, that's at least one. Everyone playing at home can say they at least got one without any clues.
Yep.
Yeah,
2
points to everyone.
2-pointer for all.
Check under your seats. Check under your seats.
You get a point. You get a point. Anyways, we got some housekeeping to do, right, fellas?
We do.
A little bit of housekeeping.
The house is a mess.
House is a mess. Yeah, it's
We're in
messier than
disarray.
ever. And a house divided cannot stand. So we have a few things that we need to clarify because I thought we made
I have
it
no
clear,
idea
but
where we're going with this.
But apparently, we need to just go ahead and clarify. And also in the Discord, if you see anybody asking about this, please tell them to listen to the podcast or just nicely inform them. We're talking about this month's challenge. We are up to our knees in Orktober, or
stinking
Orktober.
gits.
You get you little runt. Yeah. So we're in Orktober, and there's a challenge for Orktober. And by the way, should we tease a very orky guest at the end of Orktober?
I think we should.
Mork
Yeah, because
I think we should.
I thought it was Gork. Gork.
Here's the hint.
Oh.
Emorkuel. Yeah. We have a very special. You can speculate as you will in the comments.
Yeah.
We have a very that's my Legions of Russ. Emorkuel guest. Maybe the orkiest guest that we could possibly get, Emmanuel. He will be from Strategic Advantage and the Killzone podcast. Two very helpful, more helpful than this podcast. If you want to play Kill Team, so he's going to be with us at the end of the month, kind of to close out Orktober, and that's very, very exciting. But anyways, the Orktober challenge is underway, and here are the rules. Okay, you know that we are light on rules and big on fluff, and light on rules and big on fun around here. So the challenge is to build a Ork proxy kill team. Okay, and so gentlemen, help me out with this, but I think it just means that you build a team. You can, for example, one of the best examples is Grot Guard, right? Imperial Guard, but using
Very good.
Grot models, or there's a lovely guy talking about our shout outs. Gonna get our shout outs in. Sean from Once Upon a Kill Team has a lovely Custodorks, or whatever he called. I don't know what it's called. Thank you, Orkstodes. Yeah, has a lovely team. So just a kill team, but using Ork models, right?
Yes.
Can I say it any better? Can you guys help me out?
You could do the Command Orcs. You could do the
the Green Skorks.
No, that seems like
the Green Skorks. Any team that you want to proxy for Orcs, go ahead and build it. Personally, I'm going to do the legionorkies. The legionorkies. I was going to do the Gretchrons, but I'm now going to do legionaries as Orcs because I've already done them now. I'm way ahead. I've not painted them, but I've built them. So yeah. Rhys, what are you thinking? You were still umming and ahhing.
I was, but I think I'm going to do some Genestealer cults or Genestealer clans. Genestealer clans. I guess
the Gork Stealers.
Ork Stealers. Because
Stealer clans.
I'm excited because I actually haven't modeled or made any Orcs before. I had a friend who purchased the Commandos team off me. So I'm looking
you gave away your Commandos, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually getting to craft something and getting them on the board. In theory, technically they'll be I think I'm going to go compendium because I want to use some industrial weapons. I want to use I reckon there's some fun to be had with some saws and some drills and stuff. So that's where my head's at.
Cool.
And you're not taking the easy route. You're going hard mode. That's like what, 12 models minimum. You're going hard.
I haven't thought this through. Let me get back to you.
I will just go ahead and claim that I will probably be making Custodorks or Orkstodes, just because it's something I want to do for a long time, and not because there's only 4 models. So that's just an auxiliary.
But you're doing a 20-man roster, yeah.
Yeah, you did say you were going to do the
full 20-man
Sistorks of Silence, right?
The Sistorks of Shushing. The Sistorks of Shushing.
They're so stealthy.
Yes.
So stealthy and quiet that you can't even see them.
You can do empty bases.
Yep. Can't even see the bases, actually.
This is big brain move here. Just an empty. This is my 10-man
They're
team.
purple Sistorks, so you never see them. So I'm trying to be lore accurate, guys. I try as hard as possible. It means a lot.
You are known for trying harder than everyone.
That's kind of my thing.
I pointed towards the Flame Eggles team where you did. I think that it wasn't just a kill team, and you ended up doing an entire 40k army. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I scaled it up. I scaled it up all the way.
That was
And
great. The
pictures
fact
are
you
coming
bought a
soon.
Reaver Titan
Yeah, apocalypse
and
level
modeled
stuff.
it as Humpty Dumpty.
Mm.
I was
Yeah,
like, what
yeah. With
the
the big
hell
beak
is this
cannon,
man is
yeah.
doing?
Mm.
Yeah.
And the real fire was
Crazy.
the nice touch. Like
Yeah.
it's actually you set it on fire during games and it burns.
Yeah,
But it
yeah,
doesn't
the
like,
gas, yeah.
melt. Yeah, the gas built in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rest in peace,
yeah.
Warpfire Gaming. I'm looking forward to when they open up their new shop.
safety
Obviously,
first.
that'll be good once they're able to. Yeah. A lot of people
Yeah,
with
good
smoke
stuff.
inhalation damage there, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, they'll be okay.
But
yeah.
geez, it looked great. It looked great.
Yeah. Oh man, did it look good? Yeah.
Oh,
So
it
those
was
are the rules.
thematic AF.
It was very. Yeah. So those are the rules for the challenge. It's very loose, guys. Do with it what you will. And
Yeah.
also, we've all been busy, and so expect probably in the next week or 2 weeks, maybe, depending on how this goes. It's the rankings. The top 10 will be announced for the Space Marine. What is it? Intercession challenge.
Intercession squad. Yeah.
Yeah, I know we're a little late on it, guys, but bear with us. We try to bring as much content as we can. We try to rain these blows down on your head as much as possible. So cut us some slack. We love you. And but yeah, so there's a little bit of housekeeping. Did I miss anything?
End of the month is get those Orky proxy teams, have some fun, go nuts. We really want to be rewarding creativity on this one. So think outside the box.
Think
big. Think flaming
Orky.
Eggle burning down your local gaming store big.
Yeah, and I just want to say, if I have not consulted my compatriots here, but I would just like if you sculpt or make a sniffer squig in your team somehow, that's bonus points.
Yeah,
I think you auto win.
Big. Yeah,
For me, you auto win.
You get big points. You get big points if you do a sniffer squig in your team somehow.
Honestly, you could drop a deuce on a plate, but it's like if you've got a sniffer squig next to it, I think that counts. I think you're a top 10 for me.
No one shit on a plate and send us a photo, please.
Yes,
send
do
it
it and send it to London. Yeah.
I don't want to have to be that guy to just call this out, but please do not shit on a plate.
Yeah, please don't.
Send it to us.
Don't shit on a plate.
It's very late over there across the pond, and Russ is getting a little loopy. Don't.
Yeah, I'm going to lose. Unless you're going to send it to Rhys, don't shit on a plate. Come on, guys.
That's a good compromise.
Guys.
Rhys, that's a good compromise.
Yeah, you got to be.
We don't want to stifle people's
on,
creativity
Rhys.
too much.
I don't want people to miss out.
Be a team player.
Yeah.
Oh wait, man. Yeah, unless you're gonna hand deliver to Rhys's face, don't shit on a plate.
Face? Oh my god,
this is escalating so
too
much.
far.
Like a pie. I'm thinking like a cream pie. Yeah.
Oh, that is.
Anyway,
Russ,
speaking of
have I
cream
wronged
pies
you?
filled with shit, we have some reviews to read.
Yes.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
That's the thing.
We have this. I don't know if it got read out last time. So I'm going to read it, but it might be the second time it's been read. Here we go. The best Kill Team podcast. These guys are so much fun to listen to and putting out so many episodes each week. I just hope it keeps going for a long time. I'm always shouting out my answers to Legions of Russ, Ali, aka Primaris Painter, and I've seen this dude on Instagram.
Oh, hey,
and he's
Painter.
A great painter.
He's a monster.
Yes.
He had a great Space Wolves team for our for the Phobos challenge, right?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And we do have a second review, which
I'm
going to read as well. Why the hell
you're on
not?
top of the ball. What a legend.
This is option to review taken. Long-time listener, first-time caller, thanks for having me on. These podcasts have become a great companion to my regular lengthy journeys. However, they're a little too short to last my full drive cross-country. Request, can you make these longer, say 2 hours and 30 minutes? I'll hang up now and listen. And that is from Gin of the Sheep. Gin of the Sheep. That's a lovely name. Gin of the Sheep on Apple Podcasts from the GB. Great bit.
Thank you, Gin. Thank you, Gin.
No,
Thank you,
I mean,
Ali
I think
or
the
Ollie.
unedited versions round out about 3 hours, so that should
the unedited versions are probably.
Yeah,
but they're edited for a reason. You don't want them.
But if you sign up to our Patreon, we'll send you the full uncut versions of our pod.
Oh my god! Imagine that, just sending out the full unedited. Individual
that would be like
video
taking
clip,
a deuce on a plate and serving them up. Yes,
that's
really
like a punishment.
As a nice little callback.
And you won't get that joke because that's an example of something that's been cut.
You make me look like the guy who came up with that joke. Don't do that.
Yeah. Ben, I can't believe it. Can't believe it.
Ben, this is a family show.
Oh, and
sorry,
we've got a
monster.
quick reminder and call out too. We've got, obviously, hopefully we'll be in the seg next week, but Ben's book club, where we should be reading, and if you're not, you should be reading. Ben, what are we reading for the book club?
You should be. We are reading a book that is about orcs.
What's it called?
You don't know,
and I've been really enjoying it. And the book which I've been listening to, the book that I have listened to for about at least 10 minutes is called, and I want to say I think it's a really good name.
It's terrible.
Yeah. And I think it's a really, 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 really good job. Gazgul, Gazgul, Prophet of the Wa, and Gazgul Thraka, Prophet of the Wa, is a lovely book, and I've been enjoying it, and we'll talk about it at the end of October.
Yes, we're looking forward. So make sure you're not already.
What do you guys think?
I think you nailed the plug. If you're not into it already, make sure you are, because end of the month we'll be heading into the book club. I just wanted to stitch you up, then. Sorry, man. I knew you had donuts.
Insult to injury. So read that book, listen to it.
Still plenty of time.
You got all the time. Let's be real. If you're hobbying, you can knock out a 40K book in like 3 nights. Yeah. Like, it's not that hard. Like, if you hobby at night, so yeah, good stuff. I guess if you like us, you can sign up at the Patreon for various benefits, because that just helps us do more of this good, possibly good stuff. We have a good time. Yeah, we have a good time, and are glad that people are leaving lovely reviews. So you can sign up on the Patreon if you want to. Leave a like and a review. A watch is the best thing you can do, but also give us a like. Comment.
Make sure you subscribe to Casual War Gamers, where you'll get the video format of this. You get the video format of this podcast in case you are interested in what we look like when we're talking rubbish.
This is probably a good video to watch. I think that we have some good visual gags. I think it's a better, I think it's a better.
And Finn in the comments too. If you manage to get all the way through this, make sure you let us know with a nice big FIN, and you'll be added to the veterans.
Keeping us on track.
Yeah, the veterans of the long cast. That could
veterans
be you.
Of the long cast and the little the post roll
long pod.
And Russ's beard, you can hear it growing now as he reads through all the names that are on that list. You can hear all the Patreons. You can hear everyone
and pronounces them correctly. I just want to applaud you for. You're a real man of the world, a real cultured guy.
I'm going to call you guys out right now and say that you guys don't listen to the pod, because I no longer do that at the end. You phonies, you goddamn phonies! You don't listen to your own podcast.
I stop at that bit.
Of jerks. What a bunch of there is a post-show reel that shows all the names of the veterans of the long cast. But I no longer butcher your names at the end. I do give a shout out to all our patrons.
I've been giving him mental credit for that though, and now I feel like that's
I'll take it.
I feel like I have to take it back.
Russ does all the editing here. Russ has enough on his plate, guys. Just leave Finn and be happy that you get your name added.
We've made this so hard for him.
This is an interesting one. We've had technical difficulties up the zing-zad.
Right up the wazoo.
Yeah.
That's the one I was looking for. Up the wazoo.
It's tired. It's
up
late
the
there.
zigzag.
It is. It is.
Should we close this out, fellas?
Do it. Thank you so much. You've been, okay, we'll start with Ben. That's been Ben from Battle Brothers Tabletop.
That's me, Ben the Battle Brother, running away from losing my title. We've also had, down here, but forever up here in my heart, Russ from GFN Gaming. Here, take it.
Oh, this is a bag that says goodwill to all mankind. Thank you. No, I have no idea what this outro is. Thank you, Ben, and thank everyone who's listening. You know what I'm going to do with this bag? I'm going to sling it You ready, Rhys? Oh, that was the delay. I threw it all the way to Australia, and that is Rhys from threes to wound.
Wait, this is just a plate of shit.
And then a hand comes out and just...
Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with that visual.
Later, guys. Love you all.
See you next time.
See you guys later. If you've made it to the end of the podcast, thank you so much, and a huge shout out from us, the Casual Wargamers, to our lovely patrons who help keep everything turning. So a massive thanks to Kill Team Ken, what a goddamn legend, Roscoe88, Red Panda, Justin Kung, TS Freebooter, I mean that name is perfect this month, Vulture B, Average Joe 27, OLMXD, Craig Lincoln, the Legionary himself, George, Alan Chapman, Hillux, Swanky Mofo, Stooge Co, Admiral Rudy, Joseph Calamars, Michael Richards, Gordon Ballantyne, Dave Brunel, and G. Absolute legends, one and all. And we'll see you in the next podcast.